Right. Okay, welcome. So in this short presentation, I'm going to go through the secondary physical education program at Kingston University that leads to a qualification in the postgraduate certificate in education. And along with that, you get a professional qualification, which is qualified teacher status. So, let's jump the slide there. So the team at Kingston University is made up of myself, which is Declan Hamblin, and also my colleague Alex Becky as well. So although we're very white, male, pale and stout, we do have a diverse outlook in our views on physical education, and certainly within the programme, we make a strong core of that in terms of looking at who we are teaching. So we take a very inclusive approach to teaching the subject. Done it again. So the course structure itself, we have the PGCE modules, which are made up of what's called the reflective teacher module and the policy, practice and professionalism module. Those two modules are at level 7, so they're master's level modules. They both lead to the qualification of a postgraduate certificate in education, which is your academic qualification. So the course is split, if you like, into an academic side and a professional side. You can see on that diagram that we also have a module that we refer to as professional practice, and that's what leads to your qualified teacher status, and that's issued by the Department for Education. The postgraduate certificate in education is issued by Kingston University, and you'll need to pass those assignments at 50% or above to receive that qualification, which also gives you 60 credits, 30 credits for each module that you can take into a master's degree. So you'll have 60 credits towards 180 credit master's qualification if you choose to pursue that. So both those PGCE modules are assessed by way of assignments, and one of them is a reflective teacher, is made up of a smaller assignment of 1,500 words, and then a follow-up assignment, which is much more heavily weighted, high stakes, that is 90% carrying weighting of the marks, and that's 2,500 words. The policy, practice and professionalism module is made up of an assignment that is 3,000 words, and that's where you have more choice in terms of choosing the topic, if you like, whereas the reflective teacher module is a set title. So the outline of the academic year. This just really tells you what happens throughout the course of the year. So you start off in September, and that's where you have an induction phase, and that's university based for 4 weeks. And that's a series of seminars and lectures that are split really into professional studies, where it's generic topics that are shared amongst all of the subjects at Kingston University. And then we have subject specific sessions that are obviously, in this case, would be physical education based. And so approximately 50% of your time is split between the professional studies and 50% in your PE seminars. So we are fairly small. The PE cohort is generally 20 people, and the general cohort of secondary PGCE students is around 70. So that makes it a little bit more friendly in terms of getting to know your staff, and also for you getting to know your peers, not just in PE, but in other subjects as well. So fairly soon on, you get into your foundation phase, which is where you go into school, and that starts in October and goes through to December, and that's if like your first placement, and that's Mondays to Thursdays, and then Fridays is back at university. The Friday structure is the master's module in the morning, reflective teacher, and that's for 10 weeks, and then in the afternoon you would have PE seminars. You then have a break over the festive season, and then we come back for university-based training, and that again would be based in professional studies as well as your PE sessions, and again that's for 3 weeks, similar structure as before. And then you would go into a new school, School B as it's referred to here, from late January to April, that's Easter time, Mondays to Thursdays, and then Fridays back at university. And this is when you would start your second master's module, your policy, practice and professionalism, for 10 weeks on those Friday mornings, and Friday afternoons would be PE based. Following a break over Easter, you go into your consolidation phase, and that's where you stay in the same school, but you would be in there full-time Monday to Friday, and that's until mid-June, and at the end of June there's a few days where you come back into university. So how we teach at Kingston is based around our puzzle, and this is what makes us unique. This is how we see, if you like, education and teaching and learning in the pupils. So our philosophy is stated there, and these are the bits of the puzzle, if you like, that we think are key to being able to make good decisions in the classroom. And this is what we would help you to understand much better and get more competent at throughout the course. So some of them might be familiar with, you might be familiar with, some of them you'd probably have to delve in a little bit deeper and understand more so, but we would guide you through that throughout the course. Like I say, this is really our curriculum summed up. So this is kind of what makes us unique. We're not saying that this is the only way to teach, but what we're trying to do is enable you to come up with your own puzzle and for you to be able to coherently explain and pull together your philosophy, if you like, and your purpose for teaching, and be able to justify the decisions that you make when you are teaching in the classroom. So how to apply? Really important this year that you apply as soon as is possible. The portal from the Department for Education opened today. That's the 11th of October. And this year it's very different for physical education applications because it's first past the post. So essentially there's a pot of places, and once that pot has gone, that's it, the courses will close. In previous years, we're used to having allocations for each institution. That no longer exists. So you need to get your application in as soon as is possible. And if you want to come to Kingston, then by all means, you can find Kingston University using K84. And there's a link there to the secondary PE courses. Directly, you can find our course at Kingston using code 3CL9, but we're also partnered with Gladesmore Community School, which is their 2ZB3. And the experience you would get with Gladesmore Community School is exactly the same as what you get with Kingston University. We look after the placements for both, and the sessions you attend are exactly the same. So you could come into a classroom and there would be Kingston students and Gladesmore School Direct students, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So the experience they get is pretty much the same apart from the codes used to apply. So if you've got any questions, do get in touch. You can get us at KU_physed on Twitter, or you can email us, and you can find our names in the KU directory. I'm Declan Hamblin, and like I say, my colleague is Alex Becky. And as you are Kingston University students, we would guarantee you an interview for sure. So what to include on your application form. There's just a few tips here. Lots of people start to go into how, since the age of 5 that they've always wanted to be a PE teacher. It's much better that you simply answer the questions that are there in your personal statement. And there's 2 of them there, which is why do you want to be a teacher and why you're suited to teach your subject and age group. So those are the things you want to focus on, and there's some tips there to help you. Just state what experience you've got really, and what motivates you and what's influenced you in terms of your teaching. And it could be people, or it could be things you've read, or it could be sessions that you've had on your undergraduate courses. But it's best to write from an experience point of view rather than a hypothetical one. So do bring in those experiences that you have of either working with children or hopefully working with children in a movement environment. So I'll finish there. If you've got any questions, then we'll happily take them. I think there's just Sam here, so I don't know, Sam, if you've got any questions and if you're happy for them to be recorded.
No, I haven't got any questions.
Okay. Alex, is there anything else you wanted to add at all?
No, I think you've covered everything. If you're a 3rd year and you want to become a PE teacher, apply now.
Yeah, really important this year you apply as soon as possible. Okay, stop this recording.